Hello and welcome to 1111 with Chaga Tea. We have a fabulous special guest today, Jim Crosby. But before we get to saying hello to Jim, I just want to welcome you to our show. We've had a great response to our show so far. We're very excited, and we've now gone social and we have a fan page on Facebook. So we're looking forward to connecting with you in between shows on there as well. So I'm Fiona Barrett and I'm here with my co-host Roberta Chadis.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I am Roberta Chadis, author of Good Boy Jesse, and I am here to introduce our guest speaker, who is also in my Toastmasters group, where I have been meeting the most wonderful people in the community. So Jim Crosby is pretty much of an icon around town. He is the president of Crosby's Marketplaces, because there are so many of them.
Well,
and six.
Yeah.
So we would love
That's pretty
to hear.
impressive for
We
a
would love to
community.
hear about how you developed 6 supermarkets in the local area, and a little bit about you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice
Roberta.
to see you.
Nice to see you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Well, it's a pleasure to be here this morning with these two lovely ladies. I guess just a little bit about my background. The heroes in my life are heroines. Brought up by a single mother who worked 2 jobs and unfortunately died quite young. But basically I was able to work my way through Northeastern University as a co-op, working for the Star Market Company, and went on full-time with Star. After that, worked my way up the ladder through store manager, merchandiser, personnel, director of store operations, and then I had a chance to, after working my way up the ladder, a chance to buy the ladder, as they wanted to get into wholesaling. So bought a small store in Concord, Mass, which was our first effort basically in 1980. But I'd always lived on the North Shore and certainly wanted to grow in this particular area, and as the store became available in Salem, bought that particular store, and fortunately we've kind of grown to a small 6-store chain. Our stores are relatively small, average about 15,000 square feet, so I like to say we can put our entire company inside a super stop and shop, but we've enjoyed the business. Basically pretty much passed on the baton, so to speak, to my children. 3 of my 5 children work full-time in the business, and
Will we find them in the stores?
I think so. They're pretty much hands-on, that type of thing. So that's, I guess, kind of how we get started. In the past couple of years, I accepted the position of being the chair of the Massachusetts Food Association, which pretty much everybody in the Food Association is involved with. So I joined Toastmasters to improve my public speaking, as you do tend to get a little nervous sometimes getting up in front of these 400 and 500 people
Do you feel like
sessions.
you've improved?
Absolutely.
I think so
Very
too.
much so.
I think so too.
Still have a ways to go.
Right.
But, anyway.
That's great.
So how do you reach out to the community in different ways, Jim? I know we all go in there to shop,
Yeah.
but there might be other things that we should know about Crosby's.
Well, basically, we really have tried sincerely, I think, to be part of the fabric of the community. And essentially there's really, well, maybe 3 different approaches that we take. One is a community commitment program where we would encourage people to shop in the store, and for up to a 3-week period of time we would reimburse 5% of whatever the purchases are. So we're in a business that makes between 1% and 2%, so giving back 5% to us is significant. And I think I had asked what we're doing this particular week in that program. We have Citizens for Adequate Housing, the Mass Audubon Society, and St. Andrew's Church from Marblehead all participating in the community commitment program, and that's been quite successful. Secondly, we support certainly a lot of local activities. Probably the largest one is the Cancer Walk for the North Shore Medical Center, and I've been a chair of that for 20 years. And we line up all the food, which kind of makes some sense in terms of dealing with our vendors for whether it's water or tonic or granola bars or potato chips or whatever people need after they've walked 10 kilometers for the cancer walk. A lot of like Walk for Hawk or other type of programs. I think this week we're supporting the Mike Donahue Walk for Melanoma, which was a tragic gentleman that died with several children in Georgetown. Beyond that, I guess we would do just basic support for various North Shore organizations. We do a lot with LifeBridge, which was a Salem mission, which deals with homeless individuals. We do a lot with Citizens for Adequate Housing, which will deal with homeless families, the Salvation Army, those type of programs. And basically we'll just make a donation to that. We buy a lot of our product from a wholesaler in New Hampshire, which is Associated Grocers of New England, and they have a matching program, which is neighbor to neighbor. Having been on the board of trustees for Eastern Bank, they have a matching program. So if we gave $1,000, for instance, to the Boys and Girls Club, we could do $3,000, or for Citizens for Adequate Housing, or for LifeBridge, and those have been kind of the ones we've been the most involved with.
So when do you have time for some fun around the community? Anything interesting happened to you lately?
Well, we try to do some things for our employees. We have two employee days at Canterbury Lake Park, so we have everybody going free to that and their families. We just finished the Tubbsfield Fair, where we would give our employees free tickets. Unfortunately, it was not a good week for the Tubbsfield Fair.
No,
it rained every day, but other than that, I think my ambition, I had asked a friend what his job was, and he said he was a full-time grandfather, so that's my goal, to essentially work my way into that.
What can we do as a community to help Crosby's?
Well, I think there's a lot of generosity in the North Shore. We're certainly very pleased with the customers that we deal with, and we've run, I think, 2 sneaker campaigns in the last, where you have these paper sneakers. We do, like, say, the Shamrock program for muscular dystrophy in the spring, and basically the ones we're working on now are the basic Boys and Girls Club has one, and there's one for juvenile diabetes and so forth. So if you do go through, sometimes it's awkward to ask somebody if they want to spend another $1 for this or $5 for that, but be surprised, the windows get filled pretty quickly, in those areas. So.
If there was one thing that you could offer to the people watching this show who might be seeking to feel a stronger sense of community, both on the North Shore and also in their community, which may not be here since we're viewing online as well, what's one thing in your experience of, obviously you are very involved in the community, your business has been in the community, that might be like a top tip that someone could do to help feel more
I think
connected?
we each have our own personal charity, the thing that we personally feel very heartfelt for, and we have 2 assets in our business. We have food and we have jobs, and we basically give food and respect the hunger, and the hunger that permeates our particular society. They say 1 out of 6 kids go to bed hungry at night, and we have jobs, and I think we get a particular pleasure out of people's first jobs, but also having 9 healthy grandkids. We get very involved with North Shore ARC and Minuteman ARC and kids that are developmentally delayed. I think we have, last time I checked, 24 kids that are mentally handicapped at this point, spread out among the 6 stores. And I think those are some areas. I think you have to look in your heart and you have to find the thing that you feel the most motivated with. And there's so many different areas to help that you've got to find the ones that mean something to you.
Yeah, what a pleasure to hear from Jim Crosby with Crosby's Marketplaces. Thank you so very much,
Roberta.
Jim, really.
And I just want to
say
thank you. And what did you think of the Chaga tea?
I know.
Excellent, very
there,
good.
Have another,
is
it like another
I'll
sip?
grow hair on the top of my head. That's what I was told.
This is you. Yeah, that's right.
Would you like another sip?
Yeah, very good, Roberta.
So cheers.
Well, cheers.